Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine two people. One is driving a brand new luxury sports car, wearing designer clothes, living in a massive house. But inside, their mind is a war zone. They are drowning in silent anxiety, terrified of losing their status, constantly working just to pay for the image they show the world. Now, picture a second person. They live in a simple, quiet home. They drive an average car, but inside, they are completely at peace. They wake up every morning knowing their time belongs entirely to them. Which one of these people is truly wealthy? Welcome back to Elena Talks. Today, we are stepping into the shadows of our own minds to talk about something we rarely discuss with absolute honesty: the deep psychology of money. Because your bank account is not just a collection of numbers, it is a mirror. It reflects your ego, your childhood fears, and your deepest sense of self-worth. Based on Morgan Housel's brilliant insights, here are the hidden mental traps that are either setting you free or keeping you locked in a cage. Trap number 1. Assuming people are crazy. We all look at how other people spend their money and think, what are they doing? Are they crazy? But the truth is, no one is actually crazy. We all filter the world through our own unique lived experiences. If you grew up in a generation that saw the explosive rise of the internet and crypto, your brain is naturally wired to embrace risk. But if you grew up watching your parents lose their jobs during an economic crash, your nervous system craves the absolute safety of a standard, predictable paycheck. When you judge someone's financial choices, you are judging a ghost. You are judging the trauma, the history, and the environment that shaped them. To build true wealth, you must first look inward and heal your own financial trauma. Trap number 2. The disease of more. Money is meant to give us comfort, but its darkest shadow is the endless cycle of comparison. Think about Bernie Madoff. He was a highly respected, incredibly wealthy man on Wall Street. He had millions. He had everything. But his ego had a hunger that could never be satisfied. He didn't know what enough was, and that insatiable greed pushed him to build the biggest financial fraud in history, costing him his freedom and landing him 150 years in prison. The moment you achieve a goal, your ego immediately looks at someone who has more. You start comparing your car, your home, your relationship to theirs. When you don't know what enough is, you become a slave to your own ego. Trap number 3. The magic of compounding. When we talk about the billionaire Warren Buffett, people usually analyze his secret investment strategies, but they miss the most important psychological factor. Warren Buffett didn't just invest well. He started when he was 10 years old. Out of his massive $84 billion net worth, $81 billion came after his 65th birthday. If he had lived a normal life, started investing in his 30s, and retired at 60, you would have never even heard his name. The secret to success, in money, in love, in personal growth, is not intensity. It is consistency. It is staying in the game long enough for the magic of compounding to actually work. Trap number 4. The man in the car paradox. This is perhaps the most beautiful and painful truth about human nature. Imagine you are walking down the street, and a stunning, incredibly expensive luxury car drives by. Notice your own thoughts. You don't look at the driver and think, wow, the person driving that car is so smart and respectable. No, you look at the car and think, if I was driving that car, people would respect me. Do you see the tragic paradox? We buy expensive things to earn respect and love from others, but others don't respect us. They just bypass us and use our luxury items to imagine their own success. Trap number 5. Getting rich versus staying rich. There are a million ways to get rich. You can take massive risks. You can get lucky. You can hustle day and night. But there is only one way to stay rich, and that is survival. Staying rich requires humility. It requires a quiet fear that things can change. Years ago, the famous singer Rihanna almost went bankrupt. She sued her financial advisor, claiming he gave her terrible advice. Do you know what her advisor said in court? He said, was it really necessary to tell her that if you spend money on buying things, you will end up with the things and not the money? When you use money to show people how much money you have, that is the fastest way to have less money. Consider the story of Ronald Reed. He was a simple janitor. He worked at a gas station. He wore old clothes. When he passed away, the world was shocked to discover he had secretly amassed a fortune of $8 million. Because true wealth is actually invisible. Wealth is the expensive car you did not buy. Wealth is the luxury watch you did not wear to impress strangers. Wealth is the quiet money sitting in an account giving you the ultimate gift, the freedom to wake up and say, "My time belongs to me today." And finally, the trap of permanence. The person you are right now is not the person you will be in 10 years. Do not make rigid, permanent financial choices based on who you are today. You might think you never want a family, or a quiet life, or a change of career. But your future self might crave those exact things. Save your money to give your future self the resources and the ultimate freedom to change their mind. True wealth is a quiet mind. If this video brought value to your day and you want to support my work, you can buy me a coffee using the link on the screen or right down in the description. Subscribe to the channel, protect your peace, and I will see you in the next video.